staring at the wall, no free agent. Don't he want my love at all? Don't he want my love at all? Don't he want my love at all? He doesn't want my love at all.
So Alex, what was your first professional role and how did that have an impact on your career?
My first professional role was, shall I say the date? Back in 1991. And my aunt, we were actually in the kitchen in my grandparents' house, and my aunt had heard something on the radio about doing some auditions for, it turned out it was The Wizard of Oz that was being produced in the Olympia Theatre. And so I went along, I was 19 at the time, and I went along with hundreds of people for this cattle call where you queue up and you wait outside, and had a week long of auditions, and yeah, it was very kind of tense, and that was my first kind of step into professional theatre. And out of that I got an agent, because the production manager was a lady called Yvette Halley. She was opening up an agency at the time, so I was very blessed, very lucky that I got an agent out of that, and that was my first job, my first kind of professional theatre role. I had been involved in stuff in school, in primary school. I actually started off because I was told in primary school that if I joined the school choir, I'd get a half day and a Friday.
Very
so
tempting.
I said, that works for me. So yeah, so that's kind of how it all started professionally. That's actually my first job I did with Claudine.
Okay.
Claudine was on that show. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of connected in a way. You've all met each other before.
Yeah, well, actually, I knew of Pamela, but I hadn't ever worked with Pamela.
Yeah.
I'd seen Pamela. In fact, it was that same year. They were the Gaiety were doing a production of Jack and the Beanstalk. I think it was Jack and the Beanstalk. It was Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Pamela? Yeah, I think it was. And so I went along to that, and that was kind of like my first panto I'd ever seen as well. You know, we didn't really get brought to theatre much as kids, and so so that was my first time seeing Pamela. But never got to work with her. So.
Till now.
Till now.
So in 2008 to 2010, you did the North American tour of Celtic Woman. So what was that like, the experience like for you as a performer?
It was fantastic. It was very different. Having a musical theatre background, the star is the show. Yeah. You know, going into Celtic Woman, they all, although they were very well known as a group, they were also very well known individually as each of, you know, because they all kind of had a fan, the whole group had a fan base, but it also had each of the individual girls had, you know, you'd see signs in the audience where they were there for Chloe or for Lisa Kelly, and so it was, I suppose, it was a taste of kind of, you know, being a celebrity, which was very strange to me, you know, because when you're involved, even though you might be playing a lead role in a musical theatre show, it's very much a, you know, a company feel. And I'm not saying that it wasn't a company feel, but there was definitely, that was an experience I hadn't had before, where you know, they were very much there to see the show, but very much there to see their Celtic woman, you know? So that was, it was a little bit daunting, but the audiences were fantastic, you know, the American audiences were very, they're very vocal. You know, and they like to let you know that they're there. They like to let you know that they're there to support you, you know, like I say. So there was the banners or whatever it is that you could see, you know, in the audience. So it was cool. And because they were very well established when I had joined them, we always had a very, very big house. It was nearly always full most of the time. And it was incredible. It was an incredible experience. I got to play places like Radio City Hall. We did Dancing with the Stars. We sang for Obama, his first year in office. We did the Christmas tree lighting. So there was tons of things that were very kind of surreal that I never, you know, thought would ever happen. So it was cool.
And you played a lot of lead roles as well in musicals. What was your favourite that you played?
My favourite? Gosh, lots of different reasons why I would have favourites. I suppose I really enjoyed Eponine in Les Mis. Firstly because, I mean, I was around when it came out in vinyl. You know, my mom brought home this record and we played it and played and played, but of course still was scratched. And, you know, and I remember watching Francis Raffel and Colin Wilkinson being interviewed on the Michael Parkinson show. And so I kind of grew up listening to this and never thought that I would, you know, ever be in it. And then for it to actually happen was very much a dream come true. And
surreal almost,
yeah. It was, I just never thought it would happen, and I was so blessed that it did. But it was a big kind of step up. Having, you know, worked in Dublin, I got so much great experience there. It was kind of another level of musical theatre that I don't think I would have necessarily been exposed to at home, you know, because they have such a tradition of, you know, of doing these shows, and they just have a way that they're done. And so it was a really good learning experience, and also because I was in it for 2 years, so you had to kind of maintain a consistent level every night, and remember that every audience was a new audience every night, and you might be doing it for your 150th or 80th, whatever performance. So it was a very good training ground to learn to keep it at a certain level of being fresh, you know, with and keeping that, trying to almost kind of reinvent it each night, or trying to find something fresh in it for me, so that I could make sure that, you know, I wasn't just on autopilot. And so, because it's a new audience every night, you'd have certain regulars that would keep coming, but for the majority of it, it was a new audience every night. So it was wonderful. I learned so much in shows just from people around me, you know, my colleagues, directors. I'm kind of a observer. I kind of watch a lot, and like, learn. That's really good. So it was wonderful. All of the stuff I've been in, I've always, you know, learned something from everyone, you know.
So what's it like for women of your age group to get roles in musical theatre?
To find my age group. Do you know, I'm only really coming upon that now, because, to be honest, for most of my years in theatre, I was kind of cast in that young romantic, you know, role. Started off with being Dorothy, and I had a very young look, so I always kind of, you know, I guess I had age on my side, you know, just being a little bit more experienced, but I looked still quite young, you know. I had a big round pudgy young face. I didn't have that look. So you know, I was kind of doing young Jenny and Aspects of Love. I was doing, you know, Wizard of Oz, Dorothy, and then ended up, you know, going away and into London and doing Eponine. And then after that, I was cast in the young kind of role of the three girls in Andrew Lloyd Webber's show, The Beautiful Game. Which was fantastic to be part of an original cast. And then I had my son. And so I took some time out to be mom, and was still involved, still kind of kept a foot in the door. Did a show here called The Wiremen, which Shay Healy wrote, actually. And so only kind of in the last couple of years am I coming back into that age group, into the scene. And in that age group, I did a show up the north called The Last 5 Years, and is basically about a relationship. It's written by Jason Robert Brown. So that was my first time where I was actually and playing someone my own age, which actually I found quite challenging, you know. But I suppose kind of having some life experience and coming into that age group, I'm really excited about Pamela's musical, because I kind of feel, okay, I have some experience, I have something to really draw on to do that. But I also found coming back, trying to get back into the London scene, I found there were casting shows a lot younger, you know, and I understand why they would. There's new fresh talent, and being my age, going back into the scene as well, anybody that was my age would be quite well established, you know, on the musical theatre scene over there. So I found that a bit difficult, because I'd been out of it for a while, and so you have a whole new group of young, fresh kids that have, you know, a couple of shows under the belt, and so they're casting, like I say, they're casting the roles younger, and then so also there's the whole celebrity TV now as well, you know, and they have all these reality shows that they didn't have as well when I was growing up, you know, Find a Maria, Find a whatever. So that's all kind of helping to bring those people, you know, promote them and help them to get these theatre roles. So that's why it's so exciting, you know, for this musical that I get to play my own age.
Yeah.
and to bring, you know, some life experience to it, and to bring some experience from those years in theatre. So yeah, hopefully it'll all be worth the wait.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So
Well, thanks for speaking to me, and I wish you the very best of luck with the musical, okay?
thank you. Appreciate it.